I blamed me, and then I felt really sad that humans can be that.
And then, my heart went into a place of thinking, I don't deserve love. For millions around the world, Cesar Milan was the charismatic figure who transformed unruly dogs into well-behaved companions with seemingly magical abilities. As the dog whisperer, his National Geographic show captivated audiences for nearly a decade, making him one of the most recognizable faces in pet training. But behind the confident, calm demeanor that taught countless owners to become pack leaders was a man fighting his own intense personal battles. Today, we explore Cesar Milan's shocking journey after his divorce, a story of betrayal, loss, and ultimately redemption. I didn't feel rage first, Cesar revealed in a rare emotional interview. I blamed myself, and then I felt really sad that humans could be that way. These raw words offered just a glimpse into the depths of despair that nearly claimed the life of television's beloved dog trainer, a man who, ironically, had helped so many find balance but struggled to maintain his own. Part 1: The Rise Before the Fall. Before understanding Cesar's darkest chapter, we must first understand his remarkable rise. Born in rural Mexico in poverty, Cesar crossed the border with just $100 in his pocket and a dream. His early days in America weren't easy. I took my first shower in America in a bathtub for dogs, Cesar revealed in a recent interview. When I was homeless, I worked at a grooming shop, and when the ladies found out I had nowhere to go, they let me stay there. Yet despite these hardships, Cesar maintained an extraordinary perspective. Surviving in the streets is easy, he explained. It's just me, a 21-year-old kid with a dream. I knew how to figure it out because I came from Sinaloa. If I could survive that, his positive outlook came from perspective. I have an advantage over people born in America because I was born in Mexico, where crime is big. Any place in America is 1,000 times safer. Once you feel safe, you find fun in things. What others might view as hardship, Cesar saw differently. Oh yeah, people will consider that a struggle. I saw myself more like a backpacker, and that was a hostel, he laughed. The bathtub was better than many showers I've seen in other parts of the world. This ability to reframe difficult situations became one of Cesar's greatest strengths. If you know people that are having a hard time being grateful, especially if we are here in America, just go to other countries. Take a week, take 2 weeks, and just go to see the happiness in poverty, he advised. That's when you look at that, it's all relative. This resilience and unique approach to dogs soon caught Hollywood's attention. Within years, the dog whisperer became a global phenomenon, and Cesar built a multimedia empire around his philosophy of calm, assertive energy. His techniques resonated with millions struggling with unmanageable pets as he demonstrated an almost supernatural ability to communicate with troubled animals. Part 2: The Perfect Storm. At the height of his fame, Cesar seemed to have it all: international recognition, financial success, and a seemingly happy family life. But behind the scenes, everything was unraveling simultaneously. First came the divorce. While Cesar has been private about the specific details, the end of his marriage took a significant emotional toll at a time when he needed support the most. Ironically, the man who had helped countless families restore harmony in their homes found himself unable to salvage his own domestic tranquility. The contrast between his public persona as a relationship expert, albeit with dogs, and his private struggles created additional layers of pain and self-doubt. Then came a devastating business betrayal that shocked him to his core. After pouring a decade of his life into building the Dog Whisperer brand, Cesar discovered that his business partners were maneuvering to take control of his empire, including rights to his name and the very title that made him famous. This is when I learned about Hollywood and the legal way to be dishonest, Cesar revealed. It was about ownership. I was supposed to be 50-50ths, but when it was time to honor that, they said it wasn't on paper. I'm a man of my word, and I was playing the game, but legally they were not playing it, and spiritually it was obviously not. The betrayal was especially painful because of the decade-long relationship. When it's a relationship of 10 years, and you know their children, everything becomes personal. I assumed honest integrity and loyalty was a given. The result was devastating. Not only did Cesar lose control of significant sources of income, but astonishingly, he almost lost the rights to his own name because they didn't just want to have this, they also wanted to have that. But that doesn't belong to you, he said, still incredulous, years later. Cesar had always taken pride in acting honorably and keeping his word. In the world of dogs, communication is direct and unambiguous, with no ulterior motives. His faith in others and his own ability to make sound judgments were shaken when he realized that human connections could function with such deceit. The issue started when I tried to play a more mature game, like being married, in a relationship, or a businessman, and I met more people who didn't share my values of loyalty and honesty. Surviving in the streets is easy because it's just me. Part 3. The darkest moment. The combined weight of personal and professional loss created a perfect storm that drove Cesar to his breaking point in a shocking. Fans were shocked by the revelation. Cesar said, "I didn't feel rage first, and I didn't even feel rage towards them. I felt rage towards me, after attempting suicide. I felt terrible that people could be that nasty." After Cesar admitted that I was to blame. Why would they break the moral code? That's something no animal would ever break. The spiral continued as his emotions overwhelmed him. My spirit got really sad, and then my instinct went into overdrive, and my heart began to feel like I didn't deserve love. My mind then said, if you can't hurt them, hurt yourself. If you can't kill them, kill yourself. This cultural imprint from his upbringing in Sinaloa, where he sometimes believed that the only way to deal with betrayal was to get revenge, nearly cost him everything. He explained solemnly that belief was something he carried from his culture, and it almost took his life. The psychological effects of betrayal were more profound than most people realize, especially for a man who had built his career on comprehending and respecting the natural order and the human capacity for deceit. Challenging circumstances. When you face true challenges, Cesar reflected, they either destroy you or refine you. They sharpen your awareness of what truly matters. Most crucially, Cesar refused to become bitter, a choice that many in his position would find impossible. Taking your money is one thing, but taking your energy is another thing, and that you give to them. Thank God I didn't give that energy away. Music shifts to a more hopeful tone, and then came the moment when everything began to shift. Cesar began to apply the very principles he had taught about dog rehabilitation to his own recovery. Just as he had always emphasized that dog owners must achieve a calm, balanced state before attempting to correct their pet's behavior, he now focused on restoring his own internal balance before trying to rebuild his external world. The healing extended to his family relationships as well. The process of reconciliation began on November 12, 2015, when his youngest daughter, who had just completed her own rehab for substance abuse and an eating disorder, reached out to him, the first contact in nearly 3 years. Rebuilding these bonds wasn't easy. It required extensive therapy and family counseling over 18 months. A significant breakthrough came in 2017 when they spent a week together at a retreat in Arizona, meditating and performing exercises to heal emotionally. Throughout this process, Cesar had to confront how his struggles had affected those he loved most. Just as he had taught dog owners to take responsibility for their pet's behavior, he now had to take full responsibility for the impact of his actions on his family. This required a level of humility and vulnerability that went beyond anything he had previously experienced. Part 6. The public response. When news of Cesar's struggles eventually became public, the outpouring of support was overwhelming. Fans who had benefited from his dog training techniques for years rallied around him with messages of love and encouragement. One fan wrote, "I feel anger at the thought of anyone ripping Cesar off, stressing him out, and leaving him feeling hopeless. Bounce back, Cesar, stronger than ever, and know you are admired and beloved by so many. Fresh start, Phoenix from the ashes." Another commented, "Cesar Milan will always be the dog whisperer in my eyes. I would never say anything negative about this guy. As a dog groomer myself, everything he says resonates with what I've learned on my own about people and their pets. He has integrity. But healing takes time, and sometimes the most powerful medicine comes from unexpected places." For Cesar, the personal stories from fans became a source of strength and purpose during his darkest days. The personal stories were particularly moving. One woman shared, "I met Cesar while visiting family in the UK during the Olympics. He was filming something on the street, and we recognized him. We all took photos with him. I was in a bad place in life, struggling inside, and when we said goodbye to him while walking off, he screamed, "Smile, girl." To me, I will never forget that. It felt like he really saw me, even though we spoke only for minutes. Others recounted moments that revealed his character away from the cameras. We saw Cesar shopping in a store. I stood in the back and watched him. He was so kind and very respectful to everyone, regardless of what they looked like. He secretly paid for someone who couldn't afford their bill. He did it very quietly and didn't want the person to know. We saw it and didn't say a word. He is a true gentleman, full of class. For some, Cesar's influence went beyond pet training to life transformation. I grew up running from neighborhood dogs, therefore, I hated dogs and thought they were brainless animals. I happened to watch his episodes and was amazed. I got a puppy Rottweiler and a puppy English Bulldog. I used Cesar's methods and trained myself first. I realized how beautiful and intelligent dogs are. We became a disciplined pack. I learned how they think. It completely changed my life, and I owe him a lot for it. Perhaps most poignantly, his vulnerability about mental health struggles resonated deeply with those fighting similar battles. I've battled suicidality myself. Seeing another man I admire talk about his struggles means a lot. Thank you. These testimonials affirmed what many had always sensed, that Cesar's ability to connect went far beyond dogs to touch human hearts as well. His authenticity in sharing his darkest moments provided healing not just for himself, but for countless others facing similar struggles. Part 7: The Comeback and New Perspective. Today, Cesar Milan has rebuilt his life and career on his own. Though the journey was arduous, Cesar emerged with newfound wisdom about business, relationships, and his own worth. I had to reconnect with who I am, Cesar explained. The challenges forced me to rediscover my core values and rebuild from there. What I found was that even after losing so much, my identity remained intact. Throughout his recovery, Cesar learned that material possessions and even professional titles could be taken away, but his authentic self, the connection to his instincts and spirit that made him effective with dogs in the first place, remained unshakable. His resilience inspired those going through similar struggles. One fan wrote, "I am at the lowest point mentally than I have been in my entire life. I've been watching Cesar since he was on public television. To see him going through this instantly ignited my mental issues, but seeing him come out of it stronger has genuinely given me the courage to go on, not just for my dog, but for myself." Cesar's approach to relationships also evolved dramatically. Like many who have weathered profound personal storms, he came to understand that the most important relationship is the one you have with yourself. This philosophy of self-reliance, focusing on personal growth and happiness without needing external validation to feel complete, has become central to Cesar's new outlook on life. Conclusion: the lesson for all. Cesar Milan's journey, from the depths of despair to renewed purpose, carries important lessons for everyone. It reminds us that even those who appear most confident and successful face their own battles behind closed doors. More importantly, it demonstrates the incredible resilience of the human spirit when we